Guys, Deluded Gooner, your favourite YouTuber. You just can't get enough of me. I just don't give you lot the chance to forget my face. I mean, let's get into it. Now, you guys know how much I love doing on a Friday a Q&A, and I also told you guys Sunday, I mean, twice a week. That's cool. So let's get into it. Thank you for the questions. You know what it means when I do that quickly. I had to write it by hand. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's get into it. Joe, this was in my comments. Who would you start centre mid versus Chelsea? Now, if I had to take an educated guess, it would be the exact same pivot. I mean, what reason does Wenger have to change it? He didn't change it. He didn't change it when it flopped against Stoke. Oh, wait, Ramsey didn't start, did he? But if he did, it didn't. It flopped against Stoke. It didn't work against Liverpool. In fact, Liverpool's the only relevant one. It was horrible against Liverpool. He's now done it against Bournemouth, and it's been backed up. And they both had decent games. So I can't see Xhaka and Ramsey, moving. On the basis that it's Chelsea, you've seen Bakayoko dominating the midfield against Leicester. It's very much gone under the radar. He makes runs in behind. Kante's very much all over the place. They've got industrial midfielders. I would have said Coquelin because he'd give us some sort of stability and grit. A bit of me wants to say, oh, Nene, and then he's not going to put a foot in like that, but he's the next closest thing we have to a defensive midfielder. We know he's going to play safe passes, so Xhaka and Nene. But I honestly believe it's going to be Xhaka and Ramsey, to be honest with you. Wilshere, Wenger's played coy on his involvement in regards to Chelsea. You'd think Wilshere's going to get 90 minutes or so in the Europa League, and then the next game will be on Saturday or Sunday, whenever. So I don't know if he'll start or if his fitness levels will be there and things. He is fully fit, but 2 games in a week, that's asking a lot. I'd love him to start against Chelsea, but I can't see it happen. So I'd say Xhaka and Ramsey probably the most logical guess. Next question. Venusaur, where were all the Welbeck fans that wait, let me rephrase that. I can't read my own handwriting. Where are all the Welbeck fans now that previously disrespected him? Well, I guess that kind of falls under me because I was quite upset when we signed Welbeck. Not because he's a bad player, because it's not going to take us forward. Now he's showing he's a team player and things like that. If you're talking about fans like me, then I'm still here. I mean, all of that is still warranted, and I can admit I've always appreciated that Welsh can be a very good team player. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson, another father that I always reference, showed that. But Wells is never going to be the clinical forward we require. He's never going to relax in front of goal. So yeah, we have to just accept him at face value and take the qualities he brings. I hope that answers your question. Mobe Guna, you think given the time, Lacazette can be the best finisher in the Premier League? Now, if you're talking about quality of finish, I suppose, on the basis of quality of finish, maybe so, because I mean, you've seen the strike against Bournemouth, poor keeping, but put a great strike. You saw the poaching effort against the poaching header first time against Leicester. 2 very different sorts of goals. So if you're talking them sort of things, like the quality of finish, whether it's long range, short range, open up his body, far corner, near corner reactions, then yeah, you could say. If you're talking about as in the best striker, top goal scorer, and all of them things, I guess we have to back Lacazette. I like Lacazette a lot. Do I think he's the best Premier League striker in the Prem? No, of course not. But I think he's definitely one of them, and he's someone I got a lot of time for, and I like. And I'd hope to be here in a year and say, yeah, he's changed my mind. But there's players that I believe he can match up to, but their history and their CV and their proven in the Premier League, I have to give it to them. So I think he can do it, but he's going against the likes of, I know Morata hasn't been here, but Morata started off strongly. Lukaku, season veteran. Kane, season veteran in his however long he's been playing Prem. Sergio Aguero, people say he's finished, he's still out here doing things. Alvaro Alexis getting how many goals in the league? Who else have I missed? There's however many strikers. I mean, yeah, there's however many strikers in the league, and it is healthy competition. Almost back to the olden days where strikers were widespread, whether it was the guys at Middlesbrough or the guys at Arsenal. Strikers were real strikers, real number 9s. None of this fake false 9 moving out wide, all of that crap. So I hope that answers your question, Mobe Gruno. At recent _ Nelson 61, who's going to win the Ballon d'Or? Well, if you're talking the next season and in regards to this current season we're in finishing, then I don't know. Messi got a hat-trick yesterday, so he's starting off strongly. But I'd say if it was in regards to last year, it's got to be Cristiano Ronaldo. To be honest, they won Champions League again. Yeah, it's always going to be between the both of them, and he's won major competitions. He helped Madrid reclaim it, so it's got to go to him. Hope that answers your question. At _Abby_. Thoughts on Morata start, bro? Well, clearly this is someone that knows how much I like Morata, knows I was vocal on him joining Arsenal. I mean, it's what you'd expect. You saw the towering headers, you've seen the general play, you've seen him, like, he's an intelligent footballer. I mean, like I said, all sorts of finishes are being scored by him. He's showing the hunger, the desire to want to lead the line. He's finally got his chance. I think he's a good player. He can also play out on the left as well. So if Costa was to get brought back in, I know he's returned. There's reports returning to training or whatever to sort out his future. If they were to use him, he gives them another option. Or they could play two up front like how Gabriel and Kun have been doing recently. So yeah, I've got no concerns with Morata. I mean, he was signed for 70 odd million, and this is the market we're in, and strikers are ultimately paid to score goals, and he is a good striker, but I do feel there's an unhealthy amount of pressure on him. Several strikers, but there's an unhealthy amount of pressure because they bought him. Yes, he bought for big money, and he's a good player, like you know, but he's never bagged 20 plus goals in the league, excluding in all comps, excluding last year. Costa, say what you want, he's Premier League proven. All the things I've said about Morata, he's leading the line by himself. It is a massive risk, and if it goes tits up, pardon my language, you know who is going to get the blame. But I think Morata's been very good. I mean, Lukaku started off strongly, but Morata's also justified his start as well. I mean, yeah, man, good striker. I got a lot of time for Morata, and I hope he continues. I mean, obviously, I hope it doesn't happen last week. I hope he has next week. So I hope he has the worst game of his career against Arsenal. But yeah, he's a good player, man, and I got a lot of time for him. Last question. Chambers or Rob Holding, who has more potential? Now, that's a tough one because I know people have given up on Chambers. I honestly believe Chambers here or somewhere else can be a very good centre-half. He's shown it at Middlesbrough. I know it's only Middlesbrough, but there was also big games he turned up for. I believe he can be a quality centre-half. I mean, his first season in particular at Arsenal, he was just dominating. He's been moved all about the place. He's even come on a couple games when he's been here and played centre-mid. He's obviously played right-back, and he hasn't been the same at right-back since what Montero did to him against Swansea. I do believe he needs an arm around his shoulder. He needs a bit more coaching. But he's someone I believe, honestly, here or elsewhere is going to be a 6 centre-half. I think it's about even. I think Holding's a bit more polished than him. Holding clearly relishes the centre-back job more than him. Chambers clearly hasn't been playing centre-half his whole career. Holding looks very polished. I've brought out videos of my opinion on him. I don't need to go into it in full. Yes, there are incidences where he's been hung out to dry, where he's shown his naivety and his youthfulness. But I believe he's a good centre-half, and for 2 million, that's a steal. I honestly believe if he plays a decent amount of games, he's going to he's going to the World Cup. I can't understand why he wasn't involved in any sort of way if he's not injured against Bournemouth. It's a bit ridiculous. He wasn't there against Liverpool, if I remember correctly. Forgive me if I'm wrong. He might have been, but forgive me if I'm wrong. I would have kept him. I mean, people saying he got destroyed against Leicester. Yeah, you could say that, but he was hung out to dry, and I don't think he played that bad. Like, Holding is actually my second choice centre half in my head now, because like Mustafi don't play for this club no more. I love Mustafi, I love Bellerin, I love Alexis, but once you snake the thing, once you move like how they were moving, you dead to me really. North London, them man there, like I said, play for North London Red. But guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for the questions. Get the questions in. Next Friday we'll do this again. Sunday as well. Yeah, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching, of course.